because, I mean, nobody really does, and I understand that completely. But there's not much else. I mean, I don't know what else myself. I don't know what else to do, and the shelters and stuff are beyond capacity. And he is one person trying to do a as big thing as much as make as much of a difference as he possibly can. He did have like a restaurant in the area that helped him in the past. He of course had to help. He had to pay for some of it too, but the place just said it's too busy. There's no way they can even help him by preparing meals that paid for. So he's having to look for different avenues for that. So most conventional ways that people would just not an option in this case. So we greatly appreciate anything anybody can do, and I thank you.
Thank you, One Exist. And yeah, I mean, it's very, very important to continue those efforts because, I mean, they can't feed all the homeless. There's a lot of homeless people out there, and they can't all be fed, as well as, like, even, like, they're gonna get hungry again, too. So, I totally understand about, like, the displacement thing, how like some cities will have a big event and have some big fancy schmancy person come through, and they'll like just kind of like rattle the tree a little bit, like it's like kind of sad.
I even wrote something that came to my mind. If I can find it, I will post it. I have posted it in the past. I called it "Riches to Rags," and basically, I'm talking about big charity events. This is not a big huge charity event. It's like I said, one guy has asked for people's help, and hopefully we can make it better than any other time he's done this. Um, but basically, I'm talking about what they could do instead of using all this money to pay for a nice fancy feast or dinner at a nice place, and all these fancy people come in with their dress all nice, and they don't have to see the problem. They get this, I guess, euphoria or good feeling that, oh, they're helping the matter, um, which kind of just isn't the case. So I'll have to see if I can find it, because it's. I think I felt it was pretty well written. I can't really talk about it as good as it was written, I guess. But and as we've talked, sinful, just in general, sometimes if you see somebody outside a convenience store or something that you think could is in that kind of a situation, sometimes just buying a bottle of water and maybe a snack and offering it to them is very helpful. And also just acknowledging them so they feel human can go a long way as well.
Yes, sir. So yeah, when is the event again? And uh, yeah,
The event is a week from tomorrow, the 25th.
so Sunday, next Sunday.
Yep. Yep. I can post it up to the top, the thread up to the top if you'd like. Otherwise, it is space and grab it as well. So I posted the event, and then beneath it in the comments, I added three or four other, hopefully, helpful things, like the form to contribute or volunteer, and I believe the video. I also included their. He provided some information as far as money goes, which I think it only lists $32 at the moment. So, but they're in the HyperFi where the event is going to take place. There is also a portal to Spatial, where he has all the auction items that are will be up for bid. And if you go to HyperFi at the homepage, the event is listed on the homepage as well. So if you want to visit the place in the meantime, I'm guessing the forms in there as well, and any out.
Existence, are you looking for pre-records for event or are you looking for live?
He probably would prefer. I'm guessing. Make he'd probably prefer uh, live, but at this point, it may be what we can get, at least something. And I can also add, if you want to be able to ask questions or know more, I can add people to the Twitter DM that we're in, the people that are trying to help and talking behind the scenes. If anybody wishes for that, just let me know and I can add you.
Let's see if we rebuild the OBS.
So the update didn't fix it for you?
Negative, Will Rogers. I mean, I don't want to go into something when you're doing that, but at the end of the day, you have supported all of us for a very long time. So I don't know that Electro House or any of that will help support you, my friend. And I mean, I know you're doing good. We'll see how it all goes, but I think all of us know you do your best to support all of us to the best of your ability. So, I got you.
Thank you. That's all I can ask.
But yeah, maybe we'll fix my OBS in the meantime. It'd be great.
Maybe have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in, as in like your entire PC, like everything?
Yeah, I mean,
Uninstalling and reinstalling the
it's just a
software,
lot of bad connection points. Like, very honestly, it is an old computer that was force updated to the latest OS. Then it was OBS forcing to the latest, OBS, and then ultimately Focusrite that is bringing me the issue. There are ways around it, but it might be time to clean up. You start with OBS and you start slapping everything in there and you get it working good enough, and then you just slap more shit in there. So house cleaning's feeling inevitable regardless.
Did you try wiping your computer clean and starting
Yeah,
completely
I'm not
over from
willing to do
scratch?
that emotionally right now.
I'd like to welcome old guy. He came up to speak a little bit ago and has just been patiently waiting. How are you, old guy?
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So I'm doing really well. A lot of I believe, important topics were brought up today. I'm not going to comment on a lot of them, but it was a good discussion. This might not be the appropriate place to ask this, but I have a question. That's the real reason I popped up here. I'm working on a little project right now and was asked to go into the player's log. Does anybody know how to do that? Because I can't seem to get anybody to tell me how to do it.
What is it you're looking for?
They're
Players
calling it the
logs. Are
player's
you in the
log.
alpha? I think that's something in the channel. I'll just.
Yeah, just
damn
DM
it,
it to
computer
just
soft. Sorry.
DM me on that one.
Oh yeah, actually, I'll do that.
Yes, answer. Just DM me.
So I'll do that.
Okay. Hey, no, great. So everything sounds good. I've listened to a lot of opinions today about the DAO. You will notice I don't come up very often during the DAO. Knessa mentioned, I will say this, Knessa mentioned something along the lines of people who have left the DAO and no longer vote. I can tell you I am one of them. I don't have anything to do with it at all. So I do believe the DAO is broken. I like the fact that it was brought up that we need to communicate on how to fix that before the summit. I also agreed with Lindstrom on the fact that this is 2024. We can certainly find a way to stream shit. That was one of my biggest frustrations with the summit, is that we literally could not see it anywhere we went, unless I guess it was working. So yeah, those sorts of things. This can be streamed across multiple platforms. There can be interactive workings where we can communicate through text message and whatever else to get questions asked and answered, even if they just put one person that is in charge of receiving these DMs to ask these questions out loud. They can do it in the Discord. There's multiple ways I think that this stuff can all be done. And I think that'll move this platform forward. Sin, earlier when you said we need to fix shit, I agreed with you on that too. Literally, as I go through all the testing and everything we're doing right now, I know we're not about much of it because we can't talk about it publicly yet. But what I can tell you is there are still a lot of things that need to be fixed in Decentraland to bring what Existence One was talking about, which is the masses, to this platform, right? You walk in here and you realize one scene works, one scene doesn't, just because of the difference between SDK 7 and SDK 6. We're not going to keep people here. So there are several things I think we still need to figure out to move this platform forward. And if the community, as much as complaining and I don't even like to use that word, but just throwing your opinion out there bothers people. But here's the thing: if you don't do it, and you aren't speaking your mind, and you aren't speaking up about what you're seeing that is wrong, we will never fix this platform. And then people are just going to move on to others that are working. And the advancements of what's actually happening here, but it doesn't matter to them. What people ultimately want is to be able to sign into a platform, and once you sign into that platform, be able to do what the platform says it can do. And I think we really need to come together as a community, as one voice, and maybe we need to start just with the DAO Summit. But we need to come together. I think Winston's right. Like, let's just do it. But we can't do it one-on-one. Yes, one person can make a difference here and there, but if we don't come together as a complete community and say, this is what we need, and tackle one problem at a time, like, we need to do this, we need to do this. And I understand that everybody has their vision of what they're looking for. But if we come together as a community and say, first, let's fix the platform. Second, let's fix the DAO. Third, let's make it so that we can speak to who we need to speak to fix these things. Or maybe that's the first thing we got to do, right? But what I'm saying is, as a community, if we come together and we all have one voice in this is what needs to happen, to make the next step and the next step and the next step. And maybe we need to have more meetings. Maybe a summit every 4 years isn't enough. Maybe there needs to be a weekly or monthly type situation like that, right? I mean, but we can do this with today's technology. There's Zoom meetings, there's Microsoft, Office. There's all these different avenues where a community can come together and communicate. I mean, I'm in meetings every day on Microsoft. I'm in meetings all the time in Zoom. Last night, a group of us were talking from around the world in Discord. We can do these things. Just we have to come together and come up with a solution on how to do it. I said I wasn't going to go into a whole lot of it, and unfortunately I did. I apologize. But that's just kind of my 2 cents on the whole conversation throughout the day. I think I pretty much touched on everything. But, I appreciate your time. Anybody who has the answer to my question, if you could DM me, that would be great. Thanks.
I just did.
Nice. Thank you, Ozzy, and thank you, old guy, for coming up and sharing. And let's see, want to say what up to a few people that in the listeners. I see Jay out there. Big shout out to Jay, Bugtown. You guys know how much I love Bugtown, and head on over and pick up some merch. We got Greensifer in the building. What up, Greensifer? What up, DJ CK? Judas just popped in. Doki is also in the building. What up, Ed?
She, she must have heard me talking about her.
What up, Zom? And we have the usual suspects. Jim Cedric, Super Nina in the building. We got Dr. Drip. Um, welcome back, Big Briggs. Um, and what up, Argent? Yeah, I mean, let's see.
Drip and M got their, I call them high heel racing shoes out.
Wait, who?
Drip and M?
Yes, they recently. Wait, what do you call them again?
Drip and M.
No, the shoes.
Oh, high heel racing shoes.
I feel racing shoes.
Well, they call them the high heel streetwear or some. I forget the exact terminology they use, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind is running a race in high heels, a drag race of sorts, if you will, maybe possibly.
Uh,
They look sharp.
maybe we'll see a future where they get integrated into Vroomway. Maybe
And size 14 and if anybody else happens to need them that way. And if you get the joke.
But yeah, topics have been good today. And I mean, we've been going for 3 hours and 22 minutes so far. Any other topics that our speakers would like to bring up, or even any listeners, if you would like to come up and talk about any topics, either that we've covered in the past and would like to share your opinion, or something new, the floor is open to you. Just hit that request button. If not, maybe we could start to wind down here. We definitely lost our co-host here for the day. I haven't seen her back.
Well, I guess keep an ear out, eye out for if you're interested in using the in-world builder. We'll get something set up in the CBD Discord.
Mark me on that list.
Yep, I already knew that one, of course. Shit.
Yep, we're gonna jump in there after the space. Well, after I had a little bit of uh, wait, what time is it?
Nutrition.
Yes. And then I was gonna jump in there for a few hours. I saw Greensifer come up. What up, Greensifer?
Yo, brother. What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to chime in for a couple of seconds. Bros, um, I've been working on trying to get this like art project low-key out there. I finally broke through. The community kind of like was able to win type of stuff. So we kind of got a little bit more influence. So I kind of convinced like everybody to like slowly populate Decentraland. Um, so probably like in the next month and a half ish, like I'm putting a bunch of events. Probably if you guys would come. Obviously we're gonna be in Decentraland, but yeah, I think we're gonna host them like every week till the end of time, I guess. And yeah, eventually, even when we get older, probably just pass it down to somebody else. But yeah, I'd love it if you guys come and show support. It's gonna be awesome.
Greensifer, would you be interested in throwing in short stories with this by chance?
Existence, you have no idea, bros. Like I'll tell you something. Like you're gonna be so excited. The art is kind of like integrated with like AI, like thing. Like you can actually like talk to it, bro, and it has like really philosophical conversations with you. So like if you really wanted to, like the art would like write your short stories for you.
Is he rugged or is am I?
Thank you.
He's rugged, rugged.
But it's yeah, I saw it.
Lost you for like the
I
30
could be rugging too.
So did we lose?
Yeah. You kind of faded off as you started to talk, respond to me, Greensifer. And I did catch something about the AI could write the short story for you, but I've been trying and I can't. I just can't do it by myself. But I want to. I've
Yeah,
said it
I
first time. Create an event around short stories. But if I could work with somebody who's doing something, who's willing to integrate this too in there, that might make it easier. Hopefully, maybe I don't know. So it's just an idea. If you're not interested, that's perfectly fine too. I get it.
am interested. I'm always interested. I hope you can hear me. But I was just saying basically it has really philosophical conversation with you from like because I can't really say too much because like otherwise I'd be like falsely like hyping it up. Um, but what I've seen, like it is able to have like is it's able to hold a really good conversation with you, and it asks you questions if anything. So asking it to tell you a short story based on the parameters, whatever you want, I would say it should be pretty fun. Um,
Well, it would be cool if it could, because I know some people don't want like to talk or whatever. But one of the thoughts behind this was if somebody had a short story they wrote and wanted to be a part of it, they could have a read it for them. So that would work perfectly in that sense.
existence, what I've always been fascinated by, like. I always wanted to. Everybody talks about like how lore is super important to collections and all that, right? And it is. It's very very important because like the lore is kind of like manifested, manifesting, right? With the holders and how like whatever happens, right? But like like the artists themselves they tend to also like add to the stories and have their own thing. I've always been fascinated by like communities like being able to like write lore for the collection, right? And like before I noticed that there used to be like a challenge because like everybody has to like chip in, right? It's the same problem with like populating the parcels in Decentraland. um you know but like when you start like leveraging AI to kind of like help you, it I don't know, like I always thought that that would be like such a fascinating experiment. Like even if like you take the same analogy in the Decentraland, right? Like imagine if you just like programmed an AI to like be able to have access to all the parcels and just like be like, okay, this is a theme, go have fun, right? And it just like goes crazy with it. Yeah, I don't know, but
Well,
I,
I I don't know if you knew, I had several people in the community create some. They gave me some very well detailed backstories and descriptions about some characters, and I have the start of a story that I'm using AI to take those characters and try to write a full story with it or a short story from it. I've been slacking on that lately, but I've kind of also been waiting for AI to advance a little bit more, which it's probably done quite a bit. That I should get back in it as well. So, and I mean, these are some really cool characters.
what might help actually like even yourself as the author to like visualize them, like make chat GPT or something, like generate images based on your characters, and like then you get to like see them, right? And then you're like, yo dude, I can see what this character is going, and just I don't know. I'm not really an author, but like I would love to be one. Being an author is so cool.
To that note, I just posted a picture of Grumblebelly one of the characters somebody created.
Yeah, it just popped in on my feed as soon as you finished saying that 10 seconds ago. That's fun. Rumble Belly. Yeah, I guess the name matches. Um,
And he's kind of a pack rat, scavenges a lot. And he was created by a person that goes by the name of Mints, Mints, who I met talking about Over the Reality, I forget how they describe it, but a real world overlay type metaverse thing project that he was part of.
Maybe one day we
So
could have the NPCs, the characters from your story walk around as NPCs in Decentraland.
that would be awesome. Lovely 17 created one. Shoot, somebody's slipping my mind. DCL Curations created one. Was it maybe Harmony? Harmony might have as well. I forget which, if that was them or not, but I have it written down, so I definitely know who to give credit to for these characters for sure.
That's awesome. See, Mariana's down in the listeners. Big congratulations to Mariana. She was featured on Stand with Crypto. They featured her on one of their posts. So yeah, make sure to like, retweet, and share how much of a boss Mariana is in Web3, and how she should own Stand with Crypto or take over, hostile takeover, because she's so awesome. She's over there blushing, I bet, like, stop, shut up, sinful. And yeah, I think this would be a good stop for our Twitter space today. What do my speakers think?
I think we really appreciate you, and anything you want to do to keep the vibes high for the rest of us is just fine by me.
Here, here.
Here. All right. Well, I guess we could start to close this down for the day. It's been 3 hours and 30 minutes. Maybe if AJ can come up and let us know if ABC Decentraland tour will be happening later today. If not, I'll probably figure it out. Mariana is coming up to her of Stand with Crypto, and how she is going to bring them to Decentraland.
Hey, Sunfall, I just want to say hi before you guys go and I go. Yeah, thanks for. I just saw my phone, like, oh, you pinned it up. Yeah, so same with crypto. Yeah, they're gonna be doing some cool events across the country. But I was appointed to be the Ohio president, which is really a cool opportunity. Just one day, just kind of presented itself, which is, again, really kind of like mind blowing. But yeah, I'll be throwing some events in Ohio. I have an event like on August 29th, and then there's some in Cincinnati in like September. So I'm excited. Kind of scary, but I'm excited.
It's amazing. You're already taking over. Shit. Ohio president. When president?
I can take over his